Here is this custom number 30 Rahal Letterman Lanigan Honda of Jack Harvey, and he's been showing speed. Hinchen right on cue, jumps up into the top 5.
As his teammate then also goes on the top 5. Big crash, David Malukas. That looks like it might be the exit of turn 4 or turn 5. I think it might be turn 4. We saw issues in turn 5 this morning with the curbs, and it is Lee. That's going into 4. Yeah, he might have with the left rear damage.
This is from earlier.
The right rear's damaged. Everything's damaged.
Let's have a look at what happened to this HMD Motorsport Honda driver. Oh, that's turn 9.
That is turn 9. Big. Oh, so is it in turn 10 that he stopped? No, that is turn 4. So he carried on.
He thought the car was okay.
I'm surprised he thought the car was okay. That was a big hit. So here we go. Yeah. Just turns in, and immediately on initial input, that car just snaps around and backs hard into the concrete wall. He missed the tires, straight back into the concrete. That is a huge hit and a huge blow. David Malukas.
15 seconds left.
Check out number 27.
Yep.
Tracking really well, just in front of Colton Herta. Kirkwood might go to the top.
Will Power is on the outside of that 6 to advance to the Firestone Fast 6. Kyle Kirkwood to the top. Time is up.
Joseph Newgarden not running a particularly quick lap, but he is on the bubble P6 right now. We didn't mention Marcus Ericsson's jump to the top right before Kyle Kirkwood
I don't have any for it. Go
on. Well, he doesn't need any more. I think he's good right now.
Are we good? Are we good now?
Are we good?
Oh, thank God.
There we go. Relief for Joseph Newgarden. Relief, but it's at the expense of his teammate at Team Penske, Will Power. Highly unusual for the king of qualifying.
That's just lucky.
And there you hear it from Newgarden. That's just lucky. And you look at the gap. It's 0.7 of a second for both Penskes off Kyle Kirkwood.
This is Joseph Newgarden. Watch how close this is.
Gets out of turn 5 again. Just a little bit of tire. You can see how many tire scuffs there are on the wall there.
Wow.
Yeah, he was lucky to get away with that one because that was a big oversteer.
I think it started with massive understeer across the middle. You can see him really fighting the front end.
Didn't quite get to the curb the way he wanted to. Led to that snap as the camber really falls away on the exit there. Draws the front end out, and then as it grips up, the rear snap. Devlin, Armstrong, Callum Ilott, Castro Neves, and Santino Ferrucci, 5 of the top 6, all currently on those alternate tires. You get an extra set this year going into qualifying than what you've had in the past. We had this in St. Pete, trying it again here in Long Beach, so some of these drivers might be a little more comfortable going alternates in Q1 rather than primaries alternates, and we're seeing the results right now.
Notice this with Marcus Armstrong. This is a guy who's super confident. That is what a perfect balance looks like at the exit there. Just guiding it with the rudder, just steering it on the throttle. No big moments, no big drama. Looks like Santino Ferrucci had a little too much of a moment there.
Augustine Canapino for Junco's Hollinger Racing. Is it a slap or is it an escape? That's a slap.
Yeah, that's it. Both good hits there. It was turn 4 for Ferrucci, turn 5 for Canapino, as we see Connor Daly on the screen now diving into the pits.
Less than a minute to play. Lots of green on our screen. Who's going to do it? Who's going to miss out? This is Romain Grosjean.
Locked the rears there, missed the apex in the hairpin.
I mean, guys, Devlin DiFrancesco's time from earlier, as I say it, just fell down one more spot, but it's still hanging on to a transfer position at the moment. But look at the Christmas tree of green behind him. There he goes out as Marcus Armstrong goes up into 3rd place. These Ganassi cars seem very hooked up at the moment.
Hinch, that's back-to-back alternate set of sticker tires for Armstrong. Do you agree with that move to go with back-to-back sticker sets?
Yeah, I do. I think for where he was in practice, we know that the Ganassi cars are strong. You do have that extra set. We talked about it earlier in the show, so I think that's the right move, and right now, the way it's trending, it seems like it's absolutely the right move. It's going to get him through safely to Q2.
Guys, have a look further down the order. Scott Dixon, he's in the green. That's to 6th, then now he goes to 2nd. Great move. Elio Castro Neves jumped up, but not quite enough. He and his teammate from Meyer Shank are outside looking in. They're in 7th and 8th, Simon Pagenaud and Elio Castro Neves. So no transfer there. No transfer for Devlin DiFrancesco, despite showing earlier speed. Callum Ilott couldn't do it. Graham Rahal, Augustine Canapino, and Connor Daly. They all do not go any further in this qualifying session. I've just got a message that Colton Herta is going to be penalised in this session, which is going to hurt big time. What's it for? We're going to find out. Is it being on the right-hand side? No. So he runs long at turn 1. Does he impede another driver? Maybe that's it?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Local yellow. You lose your fastest lap.
You lose your fastest lap up to that point in the session. So, you know, right now, we're obviously pretty early into this. He's probably out there on used alternates.
Through here.
But if you only give yourself maybe one lap and you need a second to piece it all together, it can be problematic.
I got blocked.
Grosjean's not happy with Alex Palou.
It's going to be a big debate about the block. So right here is actually where the timeline is for qualifying that alternate start-finish line. So that's why you see everybody slowing up through the hairpin section there just to get that gap. I didn't see what kind of lap that Grosjean was on at the time.
Romain Grosjean, Alex Palou. Palou in this bright green Ridgeline Lubricants car coming into turn 10. Grosjean's clearly faster coming in there. And this is where he was on the radio. I got blocked. I got blocked.
But there's a car in front of Alex Palou. Look up the road.
Yeah,
he's already backed off, but he was
only
trying to get a gap.
But if you're trying to get a gap,
I got blocked.
you've got to be aware of the cars behind you. That's a difficult situation for IndyCar to have to deal with.
Colton Herta, a little traffic up ahead. That's the number 6 of Felix Rosenqvist, but pretty comfortable gap. He should be all right. Here comes Newgarden.
He's P4 at the moment. Colton Herta, Joseph Newgarden, all in green, looking good at the moment with 1 minute remaining here in Q2. Marcus Armstrong is in the tires, turn 9.
Might have the freshest rubber, as you see. Armstrong just carrying a ton of speed and a lot of understeer and a lot of tire lockup on the right front.
Yeah, that just looked like too late on the brakes. It wasn't the sort of early lockups that we've been seeing on the bumps on the brakes there, Townsend. It looked like you said, he just fired it in there with tons of speed. A lot of time to be gained in that corner. That's one of those zones on this racetrack where the drivers that are up at the front are gaining on drivers a little bit further back. As you can see straight on, he clears the bumps. He doesn't lock up yet, turns in just way too much speed.
Yeah, it was massive commitment. You see the left front rotor glowing.
Hands off the wheel.
Yeah.
And then he goes.
And it's the worst feeling.
Right here, look at the extra work the AMR safety team are having to do for the crash of Marcus Armstrong from Chip Ganassi Racing. Head on into that tire bundle, that tire wall, and the track needs a little extra attention. This is it for Felix Rosenqvist, his 1 flying lap.
And Pato O'Ward is only just on the start-finish straight.
And that's it. That's it for Rosenqvist. So he is right on that line at the moment, but there's lots of green out there. Dixon through to P4. Rosenqvist is out. This is Pato O'Ward. This is his flyer.
If I'm them, I'm already on the horn. Stop. Slow down.
Save tires. Save
There you
tires.
go.
Save tires.
Oh, save your car too. Easy. Did he hear that?
He's not listening.
Relax.
Save
He
tires.
didn't hear it.
Save
That's Will
tires.
Anderson again saying that. He's not hearing him.
He shouldn't say save tires. He should just say slow down.
Ericsson is in the green. Grosjean's in the green. This is going to be a thrilling finish to Q2.
Ericsson's the last car on the track. He's the only one further back as Romain Grosjean goes up to the top, pushing Joseph Newgarden out.
And Ericsson is in the green now. This is Pato O'Ward. He's still hustling, this Arrow McLaren.
What is he doing?
And they're still begging him to slow down. He's
got Ericsson behind him, so he does have to be careful of that, but he could have gotten out of the way on the back straightaway or on the straightaway going to 6.
Absolute waste of a set of tires.
Colton Herta just got bounced.
Marcus Ericsson is in.
Ericsson goes to P4. Herta has been pushed on the downside.
3 of the Ganassis made it in. Only 1 of the McLarens made it in. Didn't see that coming, but what a waste of a set of stickers for Pato O'Ward. Why wasn't he listening to his team?
But here's the guy everybody's watching right now, the best tires in the field.
Call went out to Romain Grosjean. 1 more. You're currently P1. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go.
So this is Kirkwood's first flyer. Then he'll only have 1 other lap. So they've set it for 2 laps.
It's only 1,300s off. It might only take 1 lap. Meanwhile, Pato O'Ward tracking well.
Bit of a risk to wait right to the end. If a red flag comes out now, that would be game over. So this is going to be the lap that really counts for Kyle Kirkwood. Starting it a bit sloppy, a bit wide there in the hairpin. but this is what he's got to do, up to P3.
That's good. That'll be a career best thus far. Here's Pato O'Ward in the Arrow McLaren Chevy, and he's in the green. Kirkwood now goes in the green by 0.05 of a second. 30 seconds remain on the clock.
What a confident drive right now for Pato O'Ward, every inch of the road. Oh, big lockup. That's going to cost him a bit of time. He sort of salvaged it, but
Oh, he lost 2/10.
He can go again. He's got time on the clock. He's crossing the line right here.
No fuel.
And that's it. He's out. He's done. And so it's not going to be a pole position for Pato O'Ward. It can still be for the Auto Nation Honda pilot Kyle Kirkwood in the green by almost 0.2 of a second.
This guy's dominated at every single level of his career. He's been a winner in all the phases leading to IndyCar. It's been a rocky start. He's shown flashes of speed everywhere, but hasn't quite produced the ultimate result. It might happen right here.
Oh, it looks good. It looks really good. Kyle Kirkwood for Andretti Autosport is going to cycle to the top as he dives for pit road. Sure does. Andretti Autosport is P1, and there is no other green on the screen.
Yeah,
Marcus Ericsson is pushing, and he's close.
Not far off is Ericsson. He's got 2 corners to go, and he's got to find 1/10 of a second, but it's trending the opposite way.
How good is that? As Ericsson comes across the line in 6th position at the moment. He goes to 2nd to get a front row starting position. Romain Grosjean's there to congratulate his teammate Kyle Kirkwood. The 24-year-old Floridian gets his first NTT IndyCar pole position.
First of all, congratulations. You're an NTT IndyCar pole winner. Number 2, what was more pressure, having to deliver on the stickers or having to make it into the Fast 6 on those used tires when everybody else had brand new tires?
I don't know. I completely missed your question, I think, there, but I'm just ecstatic at the moment. You know, right there in the, I think in the Fast 12 where we transferred, and we did our lap on the first set where it was on the used tires. I was like, man, the car feels really good on the lap 2, but it's going to be hard to get it done on the lap 1, which is what you saw right there in the Fast 6. Our car's on fire this weekend. We're doing really good. I'm ecstatic. The guys at Andretti Autosport, Auto Nation, Honda, they're doing amazing job this weekend. We're just constantly ticking away at it, getting better and better, and I couldn't be any happier than this. 3rd weekend with the team, and I already got a pole. I mean, I'm so happy.
As a young man who grew up dreaming that you would be a driver in this series someday, what does that first pole position mean to you?
It's just a step in the right direction in my mind. You know, I knew this day would come. I didn't know if it was going to come this late or this early. I didn't really know. It's a lot of tough guys out here, but it's kind of solidifying myself, right? It's like, okay, he can do this now. He's starting from the pole. A lot of people win from the pole. It's a good moment, no doubt.
The P1 trophy is yours, Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle Kirkwood solidifies himself, as he said, no doubt, winning the pole here at Long Beach.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.